So under footprinting methodology, we can do website footprinting also. We can grab the get and post requests of the page of the websites to get these information about software used, its version, operating system, subdirectories and parameters, file name, path database, database field name or query, scripting platform, contact details and CMS details. We can get the information about software, operating system. We can get the information about database also. We can get that by using the query. We can get the query also. Now these things we can get by using this web proxy thing. These Zap proxy, Burp Suite, they are working as a proxy. So when you start them, so it will work as a proxy. Now if you want to get the proxy data, then you have to go to the browser to change the proxy, so that the data, whatever you do on the browser, it will go through the Burp Suite or these other tools. So when you try to browse anything on the browser, it will go through these tools, and these tools do what? It will grab those requests and it will show you those requests in detail. Now you will find those details, you will have to scrutinize those details to those requests to get these information. It is not necessary that you will get all these informations. If the attacker, if the web developer has not properly designed the site, then you can get those information easily. It is available by default under the Kali. So when you go to Kali Linux, you will see the Burp Suite under by default. It is available in web application analysis. Under web application proxies, you have the Burp Suite. So you can start the Burp Suite from there, and it is on interceptions. Under the proxy section, you can go to this intercept. You can see it is intercepting. When you go to the option, this is the proxy site, this is the IP of the proxy, and this is the port number. So you have to go to the browser to configure the proxy. So in the browser, you have to configure the proxy with this IP and this port number. So whatever the request goes, whatever you browse on the browser, it will go through this proxy, proxy too. So for example, I have this browser here, Chromium I have opened, or any other browser, and when I type anything here, now it will go, this request will go through the Burp Suite, but it is not going right now because under the intercept section I have disabled the intercept. So when I enable this, now whatever the browser request sends, it will go to here. Whatever the request it sends and whatever the request it gets, everything will be intercepted. It gets some information here. This is the get request. This is the get request, and you can see it is generated this 202, this host is this. You can see the host name, program, cache control. You can see the user agent, Mozilla, Windows NT, Win64, and Apple WebKit, these like Gcode, Chrome, whatever. This is the user agent, that means the browser which we are using. This is the accepting encoding. This is the accepting language. This is the connection, close. You can forward the request ahead or you can drop it. You can drop and forward. I will forward this. And this is unknown host. Now you see the other information. I am trying to search this Microsoft.com. Connection is closed. What is this information? You can check these informations to get some important information here. So it is grabbing all the things, all the requests which is going through my browser, going from my browser, and it is intercepting those information, those requests, and it is showing here. You can see these information. You can try to find some important information from there. You can also directly get the source code, and in that source code you can find out some important information if you like. You can see the source code and you can try to find some critical information from here. So if they have not designed this properly, you can see some important information there. Then what we can do, we can mirror the whole site. We can mirror the whole site. Now suppose this is the site and this is the site which is online, which is working. It is site from the directly server of the Reliance server. So now if I want, then I can do what? I can mirror the whole site. So we can do what? We can mirror the whole site to get some important files from there. And the site which we mirrored, it will also work like the same it working here. So for mirroring the site, what we can do, we have different tools there. So we have these tools for footprinting, and we have website mirroring tools also. So we have these HTTP track. We can use this to mirror the site. Now depending on the site data, it will take time. So depending on the site data, it will take some time to download to mirror the whole site. So depend on the site, it will take time, but it will mirror the whole site. So I am launching it. Now here you have to design what product, like next. Now project, you can name the project what you want, like I'm saying this is my test. Project category is also I'm saying it is test, and whatever it is downloading, it is going to store in this directory under the C drive. If you want, then you can store it somewhere else. Now here it is asking for the URL. So let's say I will give the URL here. I will copy the URL from here. And I will give it to this. Then if suppose the site requires some authentication, so you can provide these authentication also. I will say yes, I want to go for it. Then you can mention some URL text file also. If suppose you want to copy multiple sites, then you can give the text file here. You can set the options here, action, download website, or you can download website plus questions, get separated files, download all sites in pages. I want to download only one site, so I will go for next. Then please adjust the connection parameter. If necessary, then press finish to launch the mirroring operation. So if necessary, you can adjust the connection. I will go with the default, and now it will start downloading. So it will download all the pages according to the whatever the pages, it will download in the same way it is stored in the server, and it will download whatever the pages it have the read permission, and is going to store it into our C drive. So it will take some time depending on the site, how big the site is. Now I'm not going to download the whole site, so I will stop it from here. So it is what stopped now. Now we can browse the mirror site which we have already mirrored. So if I click on it, and which browser you want, let's say I will open it here. So if it will open the site which it is mirrored. Now it has not fully mirrored, so almost everything is not there, everything will not show up, but it will show whatever it has already downloaded. Now you can see the site here. It is same as the site, the original site we see, that is here in this page. This is the original one, this is the live one, and this is the one which we have mirrored. It is still loading here. It is loading from the local location. It is loading from C drive, my websites test, and this is the name of the site. I can go to that page. So you can see it is almost downloaded. It has not downloaded the whole site. Suppose if I go to some link, it will not work. If suppose I go to this link, maybe it has downloaded this link. It is working, but it will not work. All the links will not work. Let's say I will go to this link. Very good, it is also working. So where it is downloaded under the C drive. And it has created one folder, my website, and here it has created the project name, and under the project name it has created this site for here. So when you go to the site, you can see the directory structure of that site. They have app themes, CMS pages, innovations, investor relations, our business, our company, sustainability. You can see these, you can see these scripts. Now you have to find some important information from here. So you have these information and these pages there, and you have to look inside those pages to find the information. And if you browse multiple sites, then you can open this index. So it will show you that what site it has downloaded if you have mirrored multiple sites. So right now we have only this test project, and under the text project we have this site. So this is how we can do what we can mirror the whole site. So this is the simple tool we have, httrack. And it will use to mirror the whole site. So we can see the HTML source code, we can mirror the site to get the information, we can browse the information, we can browse the directory structure locally. We have these tools to do the mirroring, and also we have these other tools to do the mirroring. Then we can extract the website information from archive.org. This archive.org, it is like internet archives of Wayback Machine. This allows you to visit archived versions of website. Archived versions of website, that means when the sites do some changes, so this site records those changes. It is like a time machine. So you can see the sites, how they developed and what they have made changes till now. You can see the whole changes here, which year, which month and which day, and how many changes they have done on that day. So you can see in a single day how many changes they have done, or which day they have changes, and even you can browse the site of that changes also. You can check the sites also, how it was looking on that day and on that time. So it has all the records. This site archive.org has all the records of almost all the sites available on internet. So whenever anything happened on the internet, whenever you do change your sites, anything, any update you do into your site, it takes the snapshot from here. It takes the snapshot here in this archive.org. So for example, this is the site, this is the latest one. So I will go to archive.org. Now in this we have this Wayback Machine. So here you will type the URL which you want to see the previous version. Like I want to see about this. I'll say enter. And now you can see these changes here. This is 2021, this is 2020, this is 2019, and if you go back, so it was started in 1996. So if suppose I go back to 1996, so if you see here in the calendar, so where it is started on this 28th December. This is the snapshot of the, which is also showing the time 16:19, and you can also browse this. If suppose I open in the other tab, so you can see this was the first page they have developed, and actually it was saying site under construction. So you can see this was the main page, this was the first page they have developed in 1996. You can go to any time, like I will go to this, and now you see now the site looks like this. So if I want to go to suppose 2000, you can see which year they are doing more changes. Let's say I'll go to 2005. So you can see how many changes they are doing, and how many changes they are doing in single day. In 28 August they are doing changes very quickly. That means there was some problem they are trying to fix. So let's say this was what, in 28 August 2005. I want to see what happened, what was the site look like that day. So the site was looking like this. You can see it has taken the whole snapshot. It is not that good, it is not looking that good, but it was there. That was the site on 2005. Even you can see the year here, Reliance 2005 here. So this works like a time machine snapshot, which can show you like the first day it was like this, in 2005 it was like this, and it is in the present day it looks like this. So you can see where they are making some changes, and you can see here in 2020 they are making lots of changes here. Every day they are changing, every day they are updating. So you can see these and you can compare these changes to get the technology information. Then we can monitor the web updates using the Website Watcher. So there is a tool which is called Website Watcher. We can do what? We can see the automatically updates of the websites. This Website Watcher automatically checks web pages for updates and changes. So if any changes made, it will detect those changes. Just like archive.org, it keeps the record of those changes. This one will get the changes what it has in that sites. So this tool can do what? It can record those, it can check the changes, it can check the updates on a particular site.